So you don't think he's stealing money? Like,
hold on, I'll explain
myself. He has the ability to get them out of the second round because I don't.
You think that Dak Prescott is the sole reason that they can't get out of the second round?
I didn't say the sole. I think he's a major contributor because, now the quarterback is glorified to be one of the most important positions.
We just watched Patrick Mahomes play like absolute shit for 3.5 quarters and still win the Super Bowl because his defense kept him in the game.
What the fuck did we watch that?
He did not play well.
We didn't never watch that.
He did not play well.
Hey, that's a clip. That's a clip.
Did he
get out of the second round? He has excuses.
Did he not throw an interception at critical time in the fourth quarter? Did he not?
All I'm going to say, if Dallas is supposed to be America's team, then America is wondering what the hell did we do to deserve this level of punishment.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, Cam Newton came out on this podcast, 4th and 1, and was talking about all the different quarterbacks and, who he would, rather take as, his number one guy. And it was kind of interesting. So here's what he had to say.
If you got the same stat line as Patrick Mahomes, something is clicking in big games.
Somewhere.
Because I'm looking at this list too. The top 10 goes as follows. Okay.
Damn. It's only one of them that have a Super Bowl.
It's only one guy that has a Super Bowl, and there's a lot of guys on here that doesn't have a lot of playoff success. Yeah. So if you're going to sit up here and judge Dak Prescott on playoff success, and I'm looking at a list of guys that don't even have no playoff experience or not even a playoff win, come on. I would prefer Dak Prescott over Kirk Cousins. I prefer Dak over Kyler Murray. I prefer Dak over Jalen Hurts. Justin Herbert, Dak. Trevor Lawrence, I'm taking Dak.
Yeah.
So it ain't that what I think Dak to be. It's what the market dictates Dak to be. And Dak is better than half of the guys on this list.
So that's what Cam had to say about it. Here's what the residential big mouth podcaster, LaShawn McCoy, had to say in response.
How can I word this? Respectfully. People say that, it's going to be bad. Respectfully, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is better. And I know Dak Prescott had a all-pro year, right? MVP type of candidate year. I get that. But let's just break everything down for a second, right? So I look at a guy like Jalen Hurts, who I don't really know his true ceiling. I've seen a little bit of it, right? In the Super Bowl. In his third year, I've seen him get better each year, over and over again. Second-round pick, they know what we had in Philadelphia. He keeps winning and getting better and better and better. His best attribute is a winner. Mm-hmm. So I look at a guy like Dak Prescott, where would you say his best year was in his 8th year?
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Okay, so his best year was in his 8th year, and they don't even get to a conference game.
Wow.
Matter of fact, they don't even win a playoff game. So as much as we don't talk about the attributes of the passing yards, how they look, the feet work, this and the third, X's and O's, maybe some of that goes to Dak. I can't hate on that because Dak plays really well in the regular season. But to make a quarterback, I think for me, winning is a quarterback stat. Mm. And the best thing that Jalen Hurts does best, it might not be always throwing, might be always running, is winning games. He's going to win games. So if you're asking me who I'm taking the winner. Because one guy at his best can't win a playoff game in an MVP type of year, first team all-pro type of year, right? That's his best. The other guy, he makes us all-pro. We going to the Super Bowl, and we battle against the Chiefs. And all the quarterbacks in the last, 3 years, the most winning quarterback is probably Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. But second best, you know what that is? Jalen Hurts. So if you guys want the flash and some stats, go to Dallas.
So you taking them
But
over.
if you want to go to the Super Bowl, have a chance to be a world champion, right?
So with your take, you're telling me that you're taking them over Josh Allen.
I'm taking the winner.
Okay.
We're not
So, question, and I'll let the representative of the team who had the most recent Super Bowl appearance, that would be Brittany. Sorry, Corey. I'll let Brittany go first. God damn, I'm losing focus. I can't see shit.
What's going on?
He's so confused.
Why am I here?
So,
I ain't got shit to do with that.
make a case for y'all respective quarterback. Why do you think that they're the quarterback of the NFC East, or do you have a different opinion since y'all are the residential fans? The floor is yours.
Got it.
Go ahead, Corey.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Corey.
Okay. Philly is a better team than Dallas. Philly is a better run organization than Dallas. If you look at everything that Philly's doing, draft picks, free agency, everything, salary cap issues, but they still consistently bring in free agents, right? Philly is the better run organization, right? My Cowboys haven't been to a Super Bowl in 30 years.
I'll be 29 this year, so 29.
Yeah. So,
damn.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris.
I'm just saying.
If I ever need to keep track of my age, I just last Cowboy Super Bowl appearance.
He's not. I mean, and we can sit here and laugh and joke about it. And we've been talking about this on this very same stage for how long? Since 2020.
Since 2020, we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you an asshole.
I mean,
I've been drinking. I'm sorry.
It's not Chris's fault. It's Jerry Jones's fault. But but
he ain't wrong.
The truth of the matter is that Dak Prescott is the better quarterback, right? But he plays for the less organization. He does. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw better than Dak. He does the tush push better than Dak. But I mean, it's cool.
Here we go.
It is a shame what is going to happen to Dak Prescott's career, because he's the best quarterback that we've had in Dallas. I mean,
since who?
He's probably Roger Staubach.
Wait.
I feel like you're skipping a lot of quarterbacks in Dallas history.
Who am I skipping? Troy Aikman? Troy, you think Dak
probably
Prescott
Troy.
is?
Give me Troy over Dak.
I think.
Okay, so why are you taking Troy over Dak Prescott?
He won rings.
He won.
Precisely. The team won rings.
Yes, but Dak is stealing money.
How is Dak stealing money? Explain it.
They haven't been they literally.
Come Damo.
Are you serious?
No, explain yourself.
No, but they haven't made the conference finals in over 20 years.
Who is they? It's 30. But go ahead.
Dallas, but Dak is a part of that. You don't think that he has contributed to these losses? You don't think he's a major part of that?
No, I don't.
Think he's exempt from the losses?
No, I don't think he's exempt, but I don't think he's a major contributing factor.
Not a major. So you don't think he's stealing money?
Hold on, I'll explain myself.
He has the ability to get them out of the second round, because I don't.
You think that Dak Prescott is the sole reason that they can't get out of the second round?
I didn't say the sole. I think he's a major contributor, because now the quarterback is glorified to be one of the most important positions.
We just watched Patrick Mahomes play like absolute shit for 3.5 quarters and still win the Super Bowl because his defense kept him in the game.
What the fuck did we watch that?
He did not play well.
We didn't never watch
He did not play well.
Hey, that's a clip. That's a clip.
Did he
has excuses.
Did he not throw an interception at a critical time in the fourth quarter? Did he not?
All I'm going to say, if Dallas is supposed to be America's team, then America is wondering what the hell did we do to deserve this level of punishment.
Okay, that's cool. Dallas haven't been America's team since the 70s.
You know who America's team now is?
90s.
Oh yeah,
it damn sure ain't
they haven't
Detroit.
been America's team.
It's
Kansas City.
So is.
I do like
Detroit.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Damn sure is Detroit.
At some point, following through and the results have to matter, man. Like if we both father a kid, I'm the stepdad and you the dad, and you keep telling him you go take him to the park and you never show up, and I take him, who's the better dad?
Here's the thing, man.
When you gotta follow through on what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So Jalen Hurts is not the better dad.
He's a better father. He's guiding them.
Here's the thing about the Dallas Cowboys in general, and I've been saying this for years, and I'll continue to say it.
Hey,
you keep blaming individual players for the Dallas Cowboys shortcomings. This shit's been going on for 30 years.
Okay, but let me ask you this, Corey. Let me ask you this, right? And we'll keep it recent.
Would you blame him for the win? So if they got out of the second round, would you blame Prescott for that?
Who?
Would you credit Dak?
For me, superstars must be blamed for wins and losses. So you get it both ways. You get credit for winning and you get credit for losing. So
hold on. Prescott is Hey, y'all go in the comments.
Hold on.
I'm listening.
Let Britt get in there and let her defend her quarterback because you've been on him for a minute.
Call him.
I mean, it's not about
Ascot.
It's not about me defending Jalen Hurts. Here's the thing: when you go into a playoff game and you don't know the
that's
rules,
copyrighted. You can't say here's the thing.
Whatever.
She did say
Here's
that.
the thing. When you go into a playoff game and you don't know the rules right there and right then and there, you out. Right then and there, you're out.
Man.
Just from that one thing. When you don't know the rules in a playoff game and you don't show up when the spotlight is on you, you're out to me, in my opinion.
What rules are we speaking of?
Did Dak Prescott not pass the ref to the ball to the ref at the end of the game? Was that not his fault? Was that not his fault?
Who would even call that play?
I forgot about that.
Is that his fault?
Regardless of the play being called, he's the quarterback, right?
What was that? 2 years ago?
He's the coach on the field, right?
Oh, that's
right. He's been in the league long enough to understand how the rules go, right? He understands and he can control whatever goes on the field, right? Jalen Hurts gets flack because he didn't want to change certain plays on the field last year because he couldn't fix certain things. So does Dak get dismissed because he's a Cowboys? No.
Whoever dismissed him.
Whoever dismissed who?
Dak.
Jalen? I'm dismissing Dak.
I'm dismissing.
Me too.
Dak.
I have Tony Romo over Dak.
Dak Prescott does not show up when it matters the most, and that's in the playoffs. Look, I give him
Tony
credit.
Romo show up in the playoffs?
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about Tony Romo. I think he's just as bad, in my opinion. Probably worse.
I think he's making a little jokey joke.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one.
But for me, just look at their span over their career. Dak has been in the season for how long? Has been in the NFL for how long? 9 years? 8 years. So he's going into his 9th year. He's won 2 playoff games?
I think it might be more than that.
2 playoff games?
No, it's 2.
No, Chris. No, it's 2.
It's
2. Jalen Hurts has been in the league for 4 years, 3 years as a starter. Oh, if they would have won the Super Bowl, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. Sorry, E&J. Yes, he did. He did.
Shout out
when the Eagles played.
Hold on. Real quick question. Real quick question. Who was the MVP of that Super Bowl that he outplayed Patrick Mahomes?
Right, because you won. So you got that. You got that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right, cool.
You got that. But if the Eagles would have won, and it's a big if because they definitely lost, who was the best player in that entire game outside of the one turnover?
15.
Jalen
Hurts was hooping, bro.
It was
Jalen
definitely
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
I can't.
It was definitely Jalen Hurts.
I mean, if we want to be real, Jalen Hurts actually won the MVP that season as well. He outplayed Pat Mahomes.
What? Because he only missed 2 games that they didn't give it to him, bro.
No. He didn't outplay Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes had, listen.
He did.
Pat Mahomes had a regular Pat Mahomes game.
He outplayed him.
Jalen Hurts had the game of his career.
Wait.
Mahomes
So he outplayed him. So wait a minute, Jay. Wait a minute.
Huh?
Listen. You're right. I think
He
you're
did not
right.
play him.
I think you're right when you say
He did not play him.
Couldn't have.
If Jalen Hurts had the game of his career,
Results have to matter, right? If he would have outplayed them, they would have won. The results have to matter. Did he have more attractive stats?
Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on.
I'm giving y'all.
Hold on.
Nobody's saying that he's better than Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is clearly by far the better quarterback. That's not what we're saying. We're saying for that
same breath. You just said that if he had the better game, meaning Jalen Hurts by himself, if he had the better game than Patrick Mahomes, then they would have won. But that is an incorrect statement.
That is.
Jalen Hurts could have had the most perfect game ever. It still comes down to execution and coaching and the play of the other players. So just the same way that you can't apply. I get what Corey's saying.
Hey, Chris, do me a favor, Chris. Do me a favor. Stop talking. Because and here's why. Not because I don't want to hear that weird shit you're saying.
So hold on. So Brittany,
hold on.
Is it fair to say
I'll tell you why.
I'm not gonna stop talking because I'm the host.
The argument you're making The argument you're making to big up Jalen Hurts is the same argument that you use to tear down LeBron. Winning has to matter. It can't be organizational. It can't be play calling. It can't be coaching. It has to be what you do when it's time to win the game.
No,
if you can't make the argument with that, you can't make that argument ever.
This goes to Dominique's point, right? This goes to Dominique's point. 100% of the responsibility cannot be on the one player alone. He can have a majority effect, but it cannot be on him alone.
This is great.
So LeBron is a major reason why he fucking loses. He's not the only problem. He's the major problem.
How did LeBron come into
so when Jalen Hurts loses, it's execution, it's coaching, it's play calling, it's all of that. But when LeBron loses, it's
so. Let me
ask
the Philly fan. Let me ask the Philly fan, Brittany. In your honest opinion, what lost you that Super Bowl? Was it Jalen Hurts? Was it coaching, or another option? What do you think?
I'm not going to get into no conspiracy theories out here. No, I just think the defense dropped the ball. The defense, for sure. To me, in my opinion, I think the defense dropped the ball. They weren't able to get any. The best thing on our team that year was our defensive line. I believe we were putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks, and regardless of the field, I know it was a big issue with the field. Whatever, they weren't able to get any pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and that was to me the biggest thing. Because I still don't think our corners, our secondary was just okay. To me, they were rocky. What was protecting our secondaries, to me, was that defensive line. And if the defensive line wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, the secondary is not going to be. You can't stop Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is tough. So,
Brittany, you know I love you like a play cousin, right? But you said your defense dropped the ball. Literally, Jalen Hurts dropped the ball when he fumbled by himself with nobody around. He said, like,
first quarter. That was in the first quarter, if I can recall. That was in the beginning of the game.
And by got 7.
And I understand that, but we were still
we
up.
Took that turnover and got 7.
At 10. We was up by 10 at halftime. So that's he made up for that turnover. That turnover at that point was irrelevant.
Brittany, let me ask you. Can I ask you a quick question?
First of all, 15 didn't have to come to the game to the second half. Every drive that we had in the second half, we scored on because 15 is a leader.
Hey, you know what, Jay? I ain't even gonna
let him lead you. But I give it to y'all.
I played with one leg that year.
Man, y'all,
we ain't gonna talk about it.
Man,
hey, we ain't gonna talk about that. He was on one ankle lead.
No.
This is mental illness. It has to stop.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that to them Chiefs fans over in the left-hand corner. I don't want to hear about freaking injuries. I don't want to hear
one leg.
Okay, Zoe. Let's not talk about injuries. Let's talk about results. What happened? Let's talk about results.
38-35, y'all won the game.
What happened the next
year?
Hold
on. Wait. Hold on. Because if we want to, hold on. No. I don't want to hear that. If we want to bring up injuries and Patrick Mahomes and he did this on one leg, why he ain't do it against Tom Brady?
What the fuck? Where the fuck did this come in?
You talking about the Super Bowl that he lost?
Was he not hurt?
You talking about the Super Bowl he lost?
No, hold on. Same argument. He had one leg, right?
So
why he ain't do one leg instead of 3? Oh, you want him to have no. I just need y'all to use that same criteria.
Hey, Mel, checkmate one move. Watch this. You're right. If Patrick Mahomes wasn't hurt, we would have 4 Super Bowl rings instead of 3.
You're right.
You're right. I would have never brought that up. I would have took the loss as you would. But you're right. Patrick Mahomes was hurt. Our whole offensive line was decimated. Patrick Mahomes should be a 4-time Super Bowl champion right now.
You can't say that.
Right. Hey, my bad.
He was hurt when he won one. He was hurt when he lost one. They cancel each other out. As far as I'm concerned, he got 2 rings.
Hey, host, I got my hand raised. Can I say something? I got my hand raised.
Hey, how many Jared Goff got?
Don't worry about that. Don't even worry about that. We'll talk about that.
Hey, you know what? This ain't about us, Jay. This ain't about it. They say
hijack the damn show. Hey, mute me. I'm gonna mute y'all. This is about them too.
It's about y'all. It ain't even about us.
Y'all done hijack the damn Chiefs fans.
Dak Prescott's a better quarterback. My bad.
They cool. Dak Prescott's the better quarterback? You feel like Dak is the better quarterback than Jalen Hurts right now?
Yeah, right. At this stage in their career, Dak is the better quarterback. I think Jalen Hurts has more upside. I think Jalen Hurts will end up.
Sorry, he
end up
chokes
being
in
a
the
better
playoffs
quarterback.
every time. We got to stop this.
I hope
chokes. Dak is a choker. He's stat
Dominique, I'm kind of over that whole statement. I really am, because
so
the Cowboys. Hold on, let me finish.
You interrupted me.
I mean, but did you see what the defense did? It was how many yards rushing did they give up?
Can you agree that he stat pads? Like
how?
So you don't think that in blowout losses?
Does he get it in garbage time? Is that what you're gonna say?
I'm asking you.
That is the most cliche statement I've ever heard.
So you don't. So you're saying it's insane. That I'm insane for saying that he stats the pad. That he's padding stats. That's what you think.
How is he padding
stats? He's not padding stats in blowout losses.
I mean, he didn't even play in the fourth quarter like the first 5 games of the season.
Okay. He's never done it. You're just
what quarterback hasn't done it?
I'm asking you about Dak.
And I'm asking you what quarterback hasn't done it.
All I'm asking you is about Dak. It's yes or no. Does he do it or does he not?
Sure. Yes, every quarterback does it. Absolutely.
In a game,
yes, he's done
better. I think he's going to get a team out of the second round, and Dak is not going to do that.
He absolutely. As long as Dak Prescott is playing with the Dallas Cowboys, I absolutely agree.
Okay,
Corey,
Mahomes is the best QB in the league by far.
I'm gonna come to your aid real quick, Corey.
I don't need it.
Hold on. I got the same argument could be spoken for Jalen Hurts, because think about how many times they got down on the 1 yard line, and instead of giving it or rewarding the running back that probably got them there in the first place or getting the running back involved, how many times did they immediately go to the tush push to get Jalen Hurts a rushing touchdown?
Okay, but Jalen Hurts also makes it hard.
If it's a play that works, then why would you?
Why would you change it?
Not go to?
Yeah, did y'all not have a top 3 offensive line that y'all could just run relentless behind? So why not give it to the running back? Why is it that your goal line play was just the tush push?
Well, because it was effective.
Because it worked. It was effective. Like that's like that doesn't make sense to me.
It's less transfers of the football. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's like transfers. Like if I
did unstoppable
quarterback and run it in, then if it's working, then I'm gonna use it. Listen, in the Super Bowl ring, and I don't have a dog in this fight because I don't give a damn about neither one of y'all teams. But I will say
vice versa.
Exactly. Whoa. I know you. I already know. Like I can't even.
You got a team in Atlanta.
I do think Atlanta's gonna be pretty good this year, though.
They'll be okay. Don't speak that juju.
Oh no,
my bad,
bro. Don't.
So we're not
no.
I took care of that, Mel. I took care of that.
Yo, don't do that. Listen. We are not going to be okay. Listen, just say, but nah, for real. I think that in that particular game, if we only talking about that particular game, because they're 1-1 in the regular season. At the end of the day, as far as ones, Patrick Mahomes against Jalen Hurts, they're 1-1. There's not enough data to really support who's better, who's worse, other than wins in Super Bowls, and we talking about their head-to-head matchup, right? If we talk about
well, you said Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen or Dak versus Jalen?
I'm talking about Pat versus Jalen. So at the end of the day, like I don't know why the Kansas City guys are making it seem as if it's that big of a gap when it comes to anything other than Super Bowl rings, which matters the most, and I understand that. But if we talk about head-to-head matchups, is that all that we talking about? Is that all we talking about? Head-to-head matchups?
Zoe, you've been online too long, man. Go ahead.
So here's the question: Did Philadelphia Eagles beat Kansas City this year, or did Marquez Valdez-Scantling give them that game?
And man, I don't need to hear about that. 1-1 is their regular season.
I'm hearing.
Can we get back on topic, please?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. We do need to, honestly, because we talking about Britt and Corey. But at the end of the day, we can't talk about who gave them that, because regardless of who team was he playing for if he gave it to him.
So getting back to the
playing for him now.
Getting back to the topic at hand, right? I want to ask Brittany and Corey, and then we'll expand it out to everybody else afterwards. But lately, there's been a trend in the NFC East that there have not been any repeat division winners. So I want to hear your guys' argument for if you think your team has the better chance of winning it this year, or if you believe they don't.
Philly will win the division. I'll end the whole argument.
I'll say this: as long as the Philadelphia Eagles don't collapse like the Berlin Wall again during the last 6 games of the season, which I don't think is going to happen because they got I don't even remember the coordinators' names from last year. That's how bad that whole situation was.
Yeah, that was bad.
Sean Desai, what did he do in the NFL? Brian Johnson, he grew up with Jalen Hurts basically, so that just clearly didn't work. But I do think going into this season, the much better coordinators, however you feel about Kellen Moore, I think he's way better than Brian Johnson. However you feel about Vic Fangio, I think he's way better than
Brittany.
Than Sean Desai.
Brittany.
However you feel about it, Court, it doesn't matter.
You got your hands full with Kellen Moore.
I understand that, but if I can recall, prior to this last year, under Kellen Moore, didn't Dak have one of his better seasons under him?
Kellen Moore doesn't know how to. He don't know how to run the football, and you got Saquon Barkley. You're gonna waste it.
I'm pretty sure they'll balance it out. I'm pretty sure they'll balance it out.
I don't know because Kellen Moore just was in LA and they didn't do too much of nothing with Austin Eckler.
And Austin Eckler can run the damn football.
But let me tell you something. He's not in Dallas. He's not in LA. He's in Philly. So if he don't run the football, he's going to hear it from everybody. So I don't know about the media out in LA. I don't know about the media out in Dallas. It don't compare to the media and the fan base in Philadelphia. And the one person that listens, the one person that listens to us the most is the ownership. He gonna get that right. So let's understand that our fan base, our medias are completely different.
If they wanted it right, they never should have hired him.
Well,
so Brittany, how many games?
This is great.
How many games do you think?
If everybody stays healthy, how many games do I think they're going to win?
No. How many games do you think the Kellen Moore has of not utilizing Saquon before he starts to hear it?
No, he's going to use Saquon.
One game. In Philly, one game.
Did you see
it
how?
It might be a half. You're going to hear the boos. It might be a half. You're going to start to hear the boos. I'm telling you, it's going to rain down. You're going to hear it.
So, I hope Jalen Hurts is ready to throw 50 passes a game.
But to get back, that's not going to happen. But to get back to the organization, like I agree with Jay. I think at this point in their career, Jay, you said Dak is what? You think he's better than Jalen? Of course, he's 8 seasons in, going on 9 seasons. He should be better than Jalen Hurts at this point in his career, but he's not a winner. That's my issue. When it's time to win, you don't show up, and that's my problem with him. My problem. I don't want to hear, but Corey, that's not Corey. He had good teams. Let's be real. He ain't never had good teams.
Listen, I'm not.
Had good teams.
Brittany, I'm not disagreeing with you. Yes, Dak has had great teams. Amari Cooper, everything.
He definitely dropped the ball on Amari Cooper.
Listen, Amari Cooper. Listen, with that team, they should have went further than they definitely did. Mm-hmm. But the problem is not on the field. The problem starts with the head coach, and it goes all the way up to the owner. Jerry had what he needed at one time when he had Jimmy Johnson. He had everything he needed. He had a strong coaching staff. He had players. He had coaches that would put teams in positions to win.
And he had a line.
And he didn't want that. That took all the attention away from him. That's what it did. So he got rid of that. And he will never bring that into his life again. So when you start having these bullshit ass head coaches that when you get in playoff games, they nut up just like the players do, these are the results that you're going to get. So you can blame it on Dak Prescott. You can blame it on Tony Romo. You can blame it on whoever the hell you want to blame it on. The results lie up in that goddamn office upstairs. That's where they lie at. And that's the end of the story.
Corey, let me ask you something. Do you think that y'all win or even get close to a ring as long as
no,
Jerry?
But here's the thing though. When Jerry goes and moves on, Steven might be worse.
Because all he's seen is his daddy.
He's his daddy's son.
He might be worse.
You're your daddy's son.
He might be worse. That's what I'm saying. So this organization is doomed because of an ego. That's what it's doing, because you want to do things your way. And it is 30 years of evidence that proves that your way does not work.
Gee, Willikers.
Can I ask you guys a
Hey,
question?
you know what though, man? I will give Corey credit.
That
is
was
honest.
That is real.
That
is real.
Forward answer I've ever heard from a Cowboys fan.
Hey, that's real.
You got to see the growth from see the growth from Corey now to when Corey was first on the show a couple of years ago, because he was going to live by the Cowboys takes.
I would say this, Corey. You're not delusional like them other ones.
No,
every year,
so he not.
We win the Super Bowl. Like, come on. Yeah. Let me see it first. Let me see
every
it happen
year,
first.
Every year,
I got a question for both of y'all. Do y'all think that the Commanders or the Giants could sneak in and take the division from either one of y'all?
No, they're not ready yet. Especially not the
Giants. The Giants are definitely they're trash.
Listen, I think the Commanders could sneak in and get second in the division, and the Cowboys will finish third. That's what I feel.
I wouldn't. I would say maybe not. Possibly, Commanders could. I think the Commanders are very sneaky, and if they complete the move to get Brandon Ayuk, they're definitely going to make a jump.
Listen, the Washington Commanders run the football well. What does Dallas not do? Stop the run.
Stop the run. Yeah,
all you got to do is run the ball down their throat. They're not going to stop it. And you keep the ball out of Dak Prescott's hand. Dak Prescott's biggest kryptonite in his entire NFL career is he tries to throw 12-point touchdown passes when they get behind, and it just don't work.
Corey, I got a question for you, because I know y'all got some cap issues. Do you think CeeDee Lamb play? Well, he eventually is probably going to play, but do you think that's going to create some issues because they got to pay Dak, CeeDee, and Micah? Listen, if I'm the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, Micah Parsons haven't done shit. He got 12 sacks last year. Yeah. 8 of those sacks were against New York and Washington.
Inferior teams. Okay, I see where you're going. Go ahead.
When you really need Micah Parsons to close the show, he don't do it.
Go ahead, Cook.
He can't do it, right? He can't do it. What are you going to get better than Dak Prescott? That dude give you 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns every year.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Maybe start looking in the draft though. Y'all don't draft anybody to come up behind them.
You don't. And Dak is not old, but he's getting older, right? Maybe you bring somebody in. I don't know why you bring Trey Lance in. He couldn't beat out Mr. Irrelevant. Why do you bring him in? For what?
They wanted the playbook. That was legit.
That was the only reason. Thank you, Chris. That was the only reason that they bought him, because they knew they were going to have to play Frisco. And look how that worked out.
Yeah. They wanted the playbook. That was it. I guarantee he'll never see the field.
No, he'll never see the field.
Cooper Rush will get more time than he does.
Yeah, Cooper Rush is not a horrible quarterback.
He sustained y'all while Dak was out.
He did. But Tony Pollard sustained the Cowboys while Dak was out. But yeah, they won games.
Which y'all took a huge hit in that one. Y'all have no running game now.
That's the thing about the Cowboys. Name one defensive tackle that plays in Dallas, not name Osio Digazua.
Shit, you good at naming that one?
Because we wasn't gonna name him either.
Precisely. That's the best one they got. Because Mozzie Smith, that's a bust, right? What you gonna do? You gonna stop the run? No.
It's about to be 300 yards a game on there.
Who else is on that line?
Nobody.
Y'all,
nobody.
Marcus Lawrence, right?
Joe's working hard today, ain't they?
I'm talking about defensive tackles, not ends. Tackles.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Tackles.
So that middle is wide open, essentially, huh?
It's open. You went and got better linebackers. Don't get me wrong. They went and got Eric Kendricks, Overshown coming off a knee injury. He'll be better. I don't understand why you don't line up Micah Parsons at the other outside linebacker and put him at the position where you drafted him to play from.
It's because he got 12 sacks.
I mean, but 12 sacks against Washington and New York.
You're right. That was a great. That was a great.
Corey, I do want to ask you a question.
Like, you have to really look at this team for what it is. So all this blame, like Dak is a choke artist, he don't win the playoffs. No, this whole team sucks, and it starts up top. That's where it starts.
Corey, we always had this conversation about Dak, man. It does come down to you actually getting it done. Every great quarterback got some holes somewhere in his team, and it'd be nice to give them the perfect excuse to the reason why they lost. But for Dak to continue to not to be able to get it done, like when we pay quarterbacks the type of money that Dallas is paying Dak, you expecting something similar to what Tom Brady was able to do with teams where he didn't have a lot of receivers, or you expecting him to do something like what Eli did and go out and beat an undefeated team that was outmatched for. Like we want you to do some Superman stuff, and we just ain't seen Dak do no Superman
I got you, man, and I got you. I understand what you're saying. So you said Tom Brady first, right?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick. We can say Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid.
It's too many perfect excuses, though.
You can say Eli Manning. That Giants defense was amazing.
Corey, let me ask you something.
I'm listening.
When is that going to be held accountable to say, okay, it's time to move on, or it's time to find something different?
If I was Dak, I would leave right now.
No.
When does the team say they're done with Dak?
The team say that's a good question. That's the question I'm asking. When does the
one thing about Jerry Jones is he's a loyal son of a gun.
Especially to the quarterback.
Well, ain't nobody else out there.
Not
like
that he is.
Yeah, hey, look, he had Romo. Look at how long he had Romo.
He is loyal.
What I am saying is, okay, you can hold on to Dak and you can still hold on to playoff championship. So you can still hold on to the possibility of that. And you keep retooling, you keep rebuilding. You lost Tony Pollard, you lost whatever Ezekiel Elliott was. When is it going to be time to say, let's scratch all of this and let's start to build through the draft?
Jerry's not that smart.
Nobody in the organization is.
Brittany, I want to ask you one more question before we get up out of here. So we saw what the RPO game was for Philly, right? It was easier, with Jalen Hurts and DeAndre Swift was more of the back that was compatible with that kind of style of play. But now that you bring in Saquon Barkley, he can catch out of the backfield for sure, but like he's a fantastic runner. We know this. He can create his own space. He can get out of tough situations. How much of this changes how y'all go to the RPO for y'all this season?
Well, we didn't use we used the RPO last year, but we didn't use it as much as we did 2 years ago. I don't know if you guys noticed. We used it more with Miles Sanders than we did with DeAndre Swift. But I think it gets thrown in a little bit. My biggest thing is to utilize the motion more. We was dead last year in motion. We didn't use no receivers was moving side to side whatsoever. What's so funny, y'all?
I just read a comment.
The trolls in the comments today have been crazy. I counted 4 at least.
I looked over and the stuff that I just read was absolutely insane. I think somebody got rid of it, but
I did because
I will say this.
At least.
I will say this. I do kind of hope they do go back to the RPO because how deadly Saquon, as long as he's healthy, as long as everybody stays healthy, how deadly that can be. Like, who do you stop? Who do you stop in that situation? I understand Jason Kelce retired, but you still got a young guy in Cam Jurgens. To me, that's stronger. We'll see his athleticism, but he is definitely stronger. And he does have some athleticism at the center position. But who do you stop? That's going to be a hard stop. And if Jalen Hurts is healthy this year, I don't know if he was healthy last year or not. He did play, so I can't give him that. But it is what it is. But that's going to be tough and hard for them linebackers or those defensive ends because it's just like Jalen runs. He's a little bit quicker than you. If Saquon gets the ball, he's a lot stronger and he utilizes his finesse a little bit more. So, but we'll see what happens. And then you still got AJ and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert and those guys. So it's going to be a tough as long as these coordinators and this head coach, because believe it or not, I got issues with Nick Sirianni. I have issues with Nick Sirianni. Corey, you got issues with your organization. I got some serious issues with Nick Sirianni. I don't think he's the best head coach by far. I know people give him credit because he made it to the Super Bowl, but I feel like that was more Shane Steichen at that point in time than it was Nick Sirianni, in my opinion.
Philly could literally run the RPO all season and just win football games. They ain't even got to throw the ball that much.
They go if they do what they did last year, they go shoot themselves in the foot, man. What I seen from Philly, and I kept calling it out the first 3 weeks. I was like, why do they keep calling these run plays for Jalen Hurts where he's obviously harboring some type of injury, and they just brought in Swift, who is a very good running back. They had three running backs.
Three capable.
And they were still trying to run Jalen Hurts in the tush push situation on the goal line because they was padding his stats. They wanted him to get MVP because they felt like he should have got it the year before, and they just wasn't on a winning program. That was on a program of, we want to get the MVP and win. And you can't have two things. You can't serve two masters. You know what I mean? And that's what I seen from it.
Look, I don't know if they was padding his stats, but if you look at last year over the course of the entire season, Philly was not playing great offensively. You cannot watch. Yeah, they went 10-1, but you cannot watch one of those games and say, my goodness, they dominated each and every team that they played. They did not dominate anybody. Honestly, they lucked up.
Because they wasn't running because they wasn't using their running backs. Now listen, let me ask you a question. Why would you get to the goal line off of a 40-yard scamper from Swift and then call a tush push on 1st and goal at the 1?
Same thing.
Why would you do that? Why would you not reward your running back who probably ain't getting the money that Hurts is getting? At least let him get some stats. At least let him get a touchdown that he just ran 40 yards down for. He's not gassed or tired. Why call a tush push on 1st and goal? Give your running back at least 2 opportunities to get in the end zone before you go to your quarterback. This is the same thing. This is the same reason why Russell Wilson and Seattle lost the Super Bowl, because they got to the goal line and said, "Beast mode, we don't need you. Let's throw the ball." Why? Because they was trying to help Russ out. They wanted Russ to be. I don't know what the deal was.
You was on it. They wanted him to get the MVP.
They wanted him to be the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, if
there's no way, if you have sound mind and body, there's no way that you get down there. You at the half-yard line. You're not even at the 1. You at the half-yard line.
Said, let me give it to my quarterback.
2 timeouts, 2nd down, and Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. It's no way I'm not running 3 times in a row. I will take 3 times of Marshawn Lynch. Pause.
That was wild.
Please.
That was kind of crazy.
I would run the ball. I would rather run the ball with Marshawn 3 times in a row than sit there and try to throw the ball with Russell Wilson on the half-yard line.
I would have.
It's not.
Oh, go ahead.
That wasn't the only reason either. If you look at the course of the season as well, you can't stop the blitz. Like, that's elementary level football knowledge. What do you mean? You can't stop the blitz. You ain't got no hot routes. You don't utilize your quarterback. You don't send somebody. They're all out blitz coming at you. You don't send somebody right behind them. Use your tight end. Nothing. You don't know how to stop the blitz whatsoever. So I don't know who that was on, but I have a major problem with that. You trying to load up and shoot it down to AJ Brown. The quarterback don't have time for that. He doesn't have time to do that.
Do you think that 2 years ago, because of the success that offense had, that they kind of laid dormant and they just depended on just that to be able to continue that success? Because like you said, they were definitely not dominant offensively like they were 2 years before that they were last year.
I think egos got in the way, to be honest with you, because when I watched the game, I could call every play that was getting ready to happen before it happened. They made no adjustments whatsoever. Nick Sirianni thought he could come into the season with the same bull crap from the year before. And don't get me wrong, that year was great, but from the same plays from the year before, and every game I sat and watched on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, I called the plays prior to them running the plays. I have an issue with that. This is football. They're going to adjust. Every year, teams are going to adjust. You just made it to the Super Bowl, so they're looking at you as you freaking won it, although you didn't. So every game they're going to play you is like another Super Bowl.
Brittany, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, because if I can sit on my couch and call plays that the Dallas Cowboys run at 75-80%, what the hell make you think that a dude sitting up in the press box making $2-3 million a year can't do it better than I can?
Yeah, he's going to see it too. He's going to see it.
You know what? You know what it is, though, man. I'm gonna tell you, bro. It's really a mental thing, man. You can play Sirianni. You can play him to play how you want him to play, because his ego gets to him, and he starts calling the same plays. The 1 or 2 that might have worked, he starts playing the same plays over and over. He don't look at the defense adjust. He just used the same plays over and over again. It's like, no, bro, you're not gonna be able to run that again. Hey, they bringing them linebackers up. They bringing them safeties up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, at least, okay, Philadelphia, we can tell where the issue is, right? You got a coach with an ego problem, right? The Cowboys just keep bringing in dumbass coaches. They can't even get that far.
Yeah, because I don't know what the fuck they was thinking running with Mike McCarthy if he couldn't do it with Aaron Rodgers more than once.
He had a prime Aaron Rodgers and won 1 Super Bowl.
Man, listen,
that is insane.
And you ain't never gonna find a bigger Packer and Aaron Rodgers hater than me, but they should have definitely won more than one.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, like it baffles me how people can't see this, man. Like this dude,
his time management is absolutely trash.
Listen, he makes mistakes. He makes mistakes in regular season games. What the hell make you think he gonna turn it on in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You think they gonna win? Hell no, they're not gonna win. They lost that game in San Francisco. Brittany was talking about with the penalty, right? Or with Dak Prescott when he slid on the quarterback run with 13 seconds left. Stupid ass play call I've ever seen in my life. Nobody wants to talk about the 17 penalties that the Cowboys had in that game. NFL playoff record, 17 penalties.
It was
3 defensive holdings on the same dude, on Randy Gregory. How do you get defensive holding on run plays?
That is absolutely insane.
How?
We still don't understand.
Precisely. I mean, you never will. But Mike McCarthy doesn't hold anybody accountable. They go out there, do whatever the hell they want to do, and they're the most penalized team in the NFL every year. It's never going to change. It's not going to change.
I do agree that I think your head coach shows your quarterback represents somewhat of your head coach, right? And the plays that's called and what's going on the field. And you could actually see it in both teams, right? You can see it with Jalen Hurts and the idiotic dumbness that Nick Sirianni calls at times, although he had young coordinators, whoever you want to blame it on. At the end of the day, it's the head coach's responsibility to get that fixed. He couldn't get it fixed. Mike McCarthy, he didn't know the rules, so his team doesn't know the rules. He didn't know which plays to call, so his team doesn't understand which plays to call. So yes, I do agree. It's on the quarterbacks too, but it's also on the coaches as well.
That's fair.
Man, it's such a weight lifted off my shoulders because I really have been waiting on this topic.
This is great.
Literally,
this is a good content.
Like 3 weeks.
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead.
Detroit,
and
Chris is definitely not America's team. Sorry,
it's not. Let's go ahead and end it like this.
That's not what America says.
Everybody's telling us who their pick is to win the NFC. Give your order as well. Who's your pick to win the NFC East? And give your order. We ain't got to go with how many games they go win because
I'll go first.
We're not looking at the schedule, but just a blind 7 or whatever, whatever they call them in spades. Who you think will win this division?
Philly, Dallas, Washington, and whatever you call that team from New York.
Brittany, what you got?
I'm the same. Philly, Dallas, Washington, New York. I just don't trust New York right now at all. They got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I got Philly, Washington, Dallas, and New York.
Okay.
I think Dallas takes a step back, and I think honestly, yeah, there we go.
I ain't got no faith in Dallas, and I think the Commanders gonna surprise some people. So I got Philly winning it. I got the Commanders in second, and I got Dallas third, and then the New York Football Giants fourth.
They need to change their name, man. God damn.
That's who they are. I got the same. I think Dallas will be third, and I think some wholesale changes will come after that. But I think Philly's winning it. Washington sneaky. New York bringing up the rear as expected.